'Tis the season for new looks, and there's no merrier way to do it than with Pear's new holiday collection. Whether you plan on matching your PJs and pairs with your little ones, stuffing stockings, or gifting top frames to yourself, these looks were made for the most wonderful time of the year. For me, I like to keep it kind of funky. So with Pears, I decided to get the frames Wanda in the colorway with tortoise. I feel like you can't go wrong with a nice tortoise shell color and a classic cat eye. It is perfect for every day and for a little spunky moment as well. Pears has a frame to fit every face with 5 new wider base frame styles. These growing lineup of frames have options for the whole family, men, women, and kids. With virtual try-on, you can find the right frame shape for you from the comfort of your home. Pear's quality frames are built for everyday durability and versatility, so they're the only glasses you'll ever need. Get free standard shipping on all orders and flexible 30-day return policy. Make every look merry with Pear Eyewear. Go to paireyewear.com/think for 15% off your first pair. That's Pear, PAIR, eyewear.com/think.
Welcome to the Think Loud Crew podcast. We're 3 moms just thriving through this thing called life. So get your crew to join our crew as we thrive together. Today, we're going to do a holiday episode, mix in with some co-parenting, and just see what's going on.
Did you say co-parenting?
You parent. We co-parent.
No, I co-parent.
You co-parent and parent.
What?
Like, you have, like, you and Zach parent together.
Co-parenting.
Is that just in general?
It's just called co-parenting.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I thought co-parenting
In the
was,
holidays!
like, separate.
Who's finished with their holiday shopping?
Have you started? I know Cheyenne
The other
has.
night I was on Amazon because I was like, damn, I'm sure that most of the things I can buy on Amazon, like the things that Parker wants, what's the oddest thing that Ryder has or your kids have asked for?
The crazy thing is that this year they haven't asked for anything.
I feel like it's like very minimum. Parker asked for an electric pencil sharpener.
Oh.
That's so
And then,
cute.
and one of those, like, he drew it on the list, but it's like the end of the pencil eraser. I was like, shit.
He said, Mom, my
Yeah,
pencils
no.
aren't popping. I need an
I've
eraser
asked
and a
Ryan-
sharpener.
I asked Ryan, what do you want for Christmas this year? What do you want Santa to give you? And she's like, honestly, I don't know. So Zach normally gets her like a little booklet thing from Target, and then she sits there and circles what she wants.
Yeah.
But
That's always
we
so
just
fun.
haven't had time to do it, that I've just kind of gone off of a whim. And then the other day I had on some New Balances, and she told me that she wanted the pink version of the shoes I was wearing. So I went and found those.
That's cute.
She wanted a new necklace because her necklace broke, so I got her a new necklace. But she's at that, like, in-between age where it's like, do you want toys or
It's
do you
so
want, like,
weird.
accessories and clothes?
Yes.
Like, it's very odd. I don't know what to do, especially with her being a girl.
Boz's only
I don't know
request
what
is
to
a skateboard.
Oh, I love that.
He wants a skateboard.
There's a really dope one on, and it's on sale on Billionaire Boys Club. It's super cute and it has like a little black boy on it. It's a
I'm gonna look
super
at
How
that.
much is that?
It's like, I want to say $39.
Oh, that's
it's
like,
not.
That's
it's,
on sale, on sale.
it's like,
It's
who else wants a
reasonable.
skateboard?
I think, and I thought that, and then they have like the grip tape, so you can like make a really cute.
Okay, because
Me and
like
Parker
that.
were looking on that website, and I was like, oh, do you want a new skateboard? So there you
I love
go.
it. I love it. Oh, yeah, and I see what you're saying when you're, like, writers at that age now where it's, like,
It's so weird.
toys, clothes,
Yeah.
activity. Like, what are we actually doing?
Yeah, Parker's at that age too. I think the only thing he really wants, what he's not getting, he asked for an iPhone 15.
Yeah.
And
too.
I'm not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there yet with the phone. Mentally, I'm not there. I'm not ready for him to have a phone.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I thought about an iPad. I don't know if I'm ready for an iPad.
Yeah.
But I think, but I am, which is weird. I find if I like, I'd rather him be like a gamer, like on like a gaming system. Like I'd rather him have like
a PlayStation,
a Nintendo or like a PlayStation where I can sit and like just visually watch him.
It's a little bit more controlled.
Yeah, I don't know if that's me being like a controlling mom. Or I don't know.
I don't think so. I think nowadays with like the technology, there's so much that they can access.
Yeah.
Even with the parental blocks and like all this stuff still slips in between those cracks. Where I'm like, okay,
what
so
did I just hear?
that one wasn't appropriate, but this is, and like this is kids YouTube, so it's I think I understand what you're saying with like the game. It's like you know what it's going to be. There's no let me explore out of this or. Yeah, I could see that.
How do you guys do gifts and, like, within co-parenting? Do you guys talk about with the dads, like, oh, this is what I'm going to get at my house, what are you going to get at your house, so that there's no, like, doubling up? Or if there was a big gift, would you guys split it? Have you ever, how does it work?
We had those conversations?
Yeah.
I feel like this year, me and Robert had that conversation, which was surprising to me. So Parker was really adamant about writing a list. And so I think a few weeks ago, he was at his dad's house and he started a list at his dad's house. And his dad said, please. He was like, help him finish the list, but that's just for my house. He was like, you know, I'd rather buy what's on, like, my side, and then you have at your, like, 2 different household lists. Mm-hmm. And then we talked about, like, the gaming systems and things like that, like, just going back and forth and just kind of on my side, because I feel like I'm the one in, like, who's going to do it or, like, whatever. But I would just, to be a kind co-parent, to kind of get a feed off of, like, he bought Parker an Xbox last year, and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about buying him a system. What are your thoughts? And he's like, he doesn't even play it at my house.
No way.
So he's like, it doesn't make sense to buy a huge system.
But, like, if you bought him a Nintendo Switch, and that's, like, handheld, right?
Yeah.
If he went to his dad's house, are you the type to be like, no, leave your Switch here, I want your stuff to stay here, or can he take it to his dad's house?
That is a very good question, Cheyenne. He could take it, but I am very... If he does take it, make sure you're bringing it home. There's no, I forgot it at Dad's house. No, we're going to drive back home. We're going to drive back to your dad's and pick it up, because that's what, if you didn't do half with me, then that's what I bought for our son. I'm kind of like that with clothes, if that's crazy, but...
Give me my clothes back. No, I feel it. I'm like, you need I think he should have clothes at his dad's house that it's like you don't have to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Do you pack him a bag when he goes, or does he have clothes
it's either because he doesn't sleep over as often. But it's even like if he just goes over and he just switches. He does have clothes at his dad's, but sometimes stuff that I've bought like recently, I'm like, yo, I just bought that for him. Like,
we like this. We haven't gone our wearing yet.
Yeah. So those type of things.
I get that.
Yeah.
Did you have to have that conversation about the clothes?
I don't think we've have. And he looked at me a little crazy, and I'm like, no, I buy all his stuff, so I feel like, you know, make sure if you're gonna change him out because his school clothes are dirty, make sure that you're putting it back in his bag. Mm-hmm. And I made that very clear. And then last time I picked him up, he had a big bag of all his stuff.
Yeah.
That clothes thing is a thing. Because I remember when the boys first went back east, I was like, you need to get clothes for the kids. Like, I'm not packing a full suitcase of clothes that may or may not make it back. And also, the kids are sizing out. Like, buy clothes. You need to get into that pattern or that groove of, we are co-parenting. What I have over here, and what you have, like, you gotta... make that happen as well.
Your house.
It's not going to be my responsibility to forever make sure, like, things are at your house and back and forth. Like, I'll mention them, bring them up, like, we'll have conversations, but it's not, you know, we both have to grow in this situation. Yeah.
Tis the season for new looks, and there's no merrier way to do it than with Pear's new holiday collection. Whether you plan on matching your PJs and pairs with your little ones, stuffing stockings, or gifting top frames to yourself, these looks were made for the most wonderful time of the year. For me, I like to keep it kind of funky. So with Pears, I decided to get the frames Wanda in the colorway with tortoise. I feel like you can't go wrong with a nice tortoise shell color and a classic cat eye. It is perfect for every day and for a little spunky moment as well. Pears has a frame to fit every face with 5 new wider base frame styles. These growing lineup of frames have options for the whole family, men, women, and kids. With virtual try-on, you can find the right frame shape for you from the comfort of your home. Pear's quality frames are built for everyday durability and versatility, so they're the only glasses you'll ever need. Get free standard shipping on all orders and flexible 30-day return policy. Make every look merry with Pear Eyewear. Go to paireyewear.com/think for 15% off your first pair. That's Pear, PAIR, eyewear.com/think.
I was gonna say, how are you guys doing it this year?
I would say for the clothes thing, we had to kind of like learn along the way of like what worked and didn't work. So in the beginning, I would pack a bag, and then eventually we both were like, this is just too much back and forth.
Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff.
It's just a lot of stuff, and it's a lot for like the person who has to pack the stuff, back up, and person who has to pack it. Like it just was too much. So then it became okay, you need to buy a closet worth of shit at your house, because I have a closet worth of shit at my house.
Yeah, and not some clothes.
No, I want a closet.
You need to buy a closet.
She needs a
My
closet.
child needs a closet. She needs options.
Fill the closet up.
I love it.
And so now that once that happened, it was a lot more easier, and there's always back and forth. I think with writer's schedule, there's not a way that you can like stop it. So I know if I know on Friday what uniform she's wearing, her dad is gonna pick her up, and then on Monday there's it's not. She's never in that same uniform again. He doesn't think, oh, let me take her home, wash that uniform, and then she'll wear that one back on Monday because it goes back to her mom's house. He has his own set of uniforms, so the uniforms they go all over the place. And I don't really fight the uniform thing because it's uniforms. It is what it is. But there was like one day we filmed, and he's like, "Can I get some shirts?" I'm like, "What kind of shirts?" He's like, "Uniform shirts." Like for some reason, I have none right now. So there'll be times where I notice that I'll get an influx of stuff.
All the stuff.
And I had to give him back some stuff. So stuff like that has happened. I know there's certain, like, shoes. If I buy her, I'm not going to put her on Friday.
In those shoes.
Like, I just got her some new sneakers. I'm not going to let you wear your new sneakers on Friday. I'm not even going to make it a thing, but they're just not even going to be in your eyesight to wear because I want those to stay here. And some stuff you want to stay clean. And, you know, like, stuff like that, I feel like we pay attention to. But it was definitely like a learning lesson, and it still is. So
I like that you said that it's a learning, because now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I'm still learning how things are.
Right.
Because he was like, like you said, like I can't always pack Parker with all this stuff, or like wherever he's going to get dropped off, he can't just have all this stuff with him. So I like that you mentioned that it's a learning process like trial and error of
it is,
and it'll change
and
with
it's
time.
Give or take. You know, there's sometimes I get stuff back and I know he would want this jacket back, you know what I mean? So it's like, this is something that I'm going to make sure that I put back on you on Friday, you know, and it's like that type of situation. It's a lot of give and take, and there's also times where I've had to hit him up and I'm like, are the Uggs at your house? Like, you know, where are the Uggs at? And he's like, yeah, I got the Uggs. And I'm like, nigga, give me back the Uggs. Like,
I want them.
I want the Uggs. You know, like, it's like a lot of give and take like that. For Christmas this year, they're going on a trip. He's groomed me to go on this trip for the past 2 years, and now it's happening.
Y'all.
And they're going to be cold. So,
Imagine
me being
said
me,
he groomed you for
he
this
did.
trip, but
It
he
is what it
has.
is. Like, I know she needed a bigger jacket
Coat,
for
yeah.
this trip. So, I ordered her a big jacket. I ordered her, like, mittens and scarves and ear things. And I don't know if he's ordered this stuff, but all I know is that for my own sanity, I wanted to make sure that
Your child's warm.
my child is warm.
Because when she gets back, we all as a family would love to enjoy Ryder, because Ryder's going to be gone for, like,
10 days, and
A
I
long
don't want her to
time.
come back, like, sick or
Sick,
anything like
yeah.
that. So I didn't even ask, do you need this stuff? I just was like,
She
packing.
needs this stuff.
She needs this stuff, and make sure I got her turtlenecks. Like, I wanted to make sure that she was fully covered for it. And in the past, I've done that for some of their other trips, and I'll pack her a bag that I pack.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I'll just ask him to make sure that that bag comes back because it's all brand new stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, make sure that stuff comes back, and it's come back before. So now I really don't mind doing the
whole
shopping.
bag.
I
for
think
it.
that's a really good mom, the mom in you, but I also just, like, I want people to hear that. It's like, even though you're not there, like, you're still, one, making sure your kid is good, two, making sure your kid is good, and three, making sure your kid is good regardless of if you're there or not. So it's like, I just wish other parents would follow suit a little bit more, where it's like, even if you're not present, there's still things you can do for your child, you know?
Yeah, and I've asked him too. I'm like, what does she need for the trip? And he's like, well, I bought this. Maybe we can use
Yeah,
this.
it's for her.
You know, but at the end of the day, she has two sisters at her dad's house, and their mom is there. And I'm not saying that Taylor doesn't take care of Ryder. She does. But I also know naturally when she shops, she probably shops mainly for
those two.
For those two, you know. So I always try to buy Ryder extra for her dad's house just because you just never know.
You don't want her to
You
feel
don't want her
any-
right.
go.
Like, I want her closet to be just as full as her sister's closets are, especially with them being girls.
Yeah.
Like,
So
girls are
different.
so different. Like, if they both have bows on their head, my kid needs to have a
A
bow
bow
on
on
her
her
head,
head.
too. Like, but where's her bow?
Where's
you
her
know?
bows? Where's her
It's
clit?
like
I will
little
say,
things like that.
I love it when I do see their family photos, because it's like everybody's hair is done.
Yeah.
There's matching outfits all across, and I'm like,
you can definitely tell
you can
that
see that it's
it's
intentional. It's thought
definitely
about.
intentional and thought about. But if it was not, then that's when, you know, you would have to have a conversation with the person you're co-parenting.
Yeah.
You don't want the kid that has to do the back and forth to feel like the one that's kind of
You don't want to make it extra work
getting
on
like the
them.
short end of the stick.
No, not at all.
And that's kind of, you know, with Ryder, she's that kid. Ace stays home. Mila and Maya stay home. She's the kid that bounces. That's Parker.
Yeah.
Parker has his
He
sibling
has a little sibling.
that stay there. And it's like, our kids, you could pick up on that. Eventually, they're going to pick up on that, and they ask questions and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah. Parker's...
Ace now
Yeah.
asks questions. Ace will be like,
Where's Ryder?
Where's Ryder?
Where's Ryder? And I have to
Yeah.
explain, Ryder's at her dad's house. And then anybody who comes to our house, he goes, Ryder's dad's house. Ryder's at her dad's
Yeah,
house.
Ryder's at her dad's house.
He just, the whole time he's like, hey, Ryder's at her dad's house.
My sister's not here.
just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, Ryder's at her dad's house. And I'm just like, oh, Ace. She's at home.
Now Cyrus over here talking about where's Ryder.
Oh. What about you? What are you guys doing for holiday break?
I will have the kids. Boz is out of school for 3 weeks. He gets out on December 15th and doesn't go back to school until January 8th.
Sheesh.
So a couple months back, I reached out to their dad about both Thanksgiving, because that Boz had like a whole week out, and it's like with the weekends and whatnot, you know, that's like a nice chunk of time.
Yeah.
And then I also reached out about winter break, and there were these conversations, but it didn't really go anywhere. Like, it was just like, oh, okay, cool on his side.
Of like,
I'll
you
see-
said, like, oh, these are the dates.
These are the
and-
dates. Would you like to see the kids? And there was this whole thing of he wanted me to bring the boys and, like, pick them up or something.
And no.
No.
He said pick up and drop off like y'all live down the street.
right.
Or you live an hour
that's
away.
because-
I was thinking in my said just now. Are you buying your everyone's flights?
His reasoning behind that, I feel, is because when he wants the boys, he has to come to LA and pick up and drop them off.
Got it.
And I was more so like, hey, the boys have a holiday break and they would like to see you. Since he didn't necessarily like engage like, oh, I want the kids.
It.
Yeah, it's like, well, if they want to come and this is your idea, you need to get them to me. So at that point, I was just like, we're good, you know? But
That's
it was
interesting
also,
logic.
Oh, it gets deeper. Boz just had his birthday, and it's like, you know, did all these things for my kid and his birthday, so that's kind of like, that's it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like, I just saw Boz for his birthday.
Oh,
You're talking from his dad's point of view.
Sorry,
I was like, his dad. I'm sorry, I apologize. Yeah, homie was kind of like, you know, like, saw Boss for his birthday. Like, that's what it is, you know.
For the break.
Yes.
For the winter break?
Unless I take them out there. But it's like, if I take them out there, these are two separate situations. And I mentioned this to you, like, months ago. You know, there's time to plan. Like, you're already not doing the day-to-day. You're not in the cut. So it's like, when our kid has a 3-week break... I would hope that you'd be like, oh, hey, let me see my kids, you know, or hey.
Did you give him the option
of
coming out here
to pick them up,
or just him coming out here, like, and staying here with the boys? Was that ever an option?
He could do that, but he doesn't do that on the regular basis because of whatever he's got going on. So it's I'm just kind of leaving that in the wind, you know. There's nothing I can do there.
Are you and the boys gonna do anything special for the holidays?
Yes, girl. We got our hardwood floors are done in my house. I'm finally able to like start this whole moving process. So like the boys and I are gonna be putting beds together and painting and decorating.
So you guys are gonna spend Christmas in your house?
No.
Or am I is that too much?
No. We're not going to be fully in there.
She said no.
No. It's also weird because I grew up doing Christmas with my family, but just like where I am right now, like my journey, I'm not like Christmas. Mm-hmm. But I understand my children are still like
Christmas,
and that's what our family is. So we will be at Cheyenne's house doing Christmas stuff.
My house is
magical there.
Cheyenne's
Christmas
house is
down
magical Christmas bust down Christmas house. But
I love it. I love Cheyenne's house.
Yeah, my house is not going to be like. Sorry, guys. There's going to be no Christmas in my house. Like.
Okay.
And I'm so okay with it, but I don't want to take that joy away from the kids right now. So
that's what aunties are for.
Aunties and grandparents. Bob got in trouble last night, so he couldn't go with us or go with my parents to go get the Christmas tree. But there's a tree. We got a real tree. I'm so happy, y'all. So today we're going to decorate the tree.
Fun.
And
that's going to be amazing.
I'm going to let him get all his little kid feels. I watched this special the other day on these people making these gingerbread houses, and it looks so cool. And they had their little piping bags. And I was like, I'm going to build gingerbread houses with the kids. I might even bake the gingerbread.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to come over your house.
I bought kits for the kids to make gingerbread houses from
Do we like gingerbread, though? I've never eaten the gingerbread.
I love ginger. I love a good
smell.
I love a good gingerbread. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I'll just make us some snaps. I'll let the kids do the kits, but like make us some snacks. But yeah, this holiday season, it's honestly for the boys and I'm very happy that the house is coming at the time that it is, just so I can keep them busy. Yeah. The boys do miss their dad, and it's a tough position because, you know, when I'm dealing with the tears and the anger, and like we just had this we went for Boz's 5th birthday. We went to Disney World, and you know, they were so happy to see their dad. And then when we left at the airport, I feel like I should have known better. And I should have maybe planned a little different for this. But I didn't know all of Mezier's details. Long story short, we were all on the same airline. His flight was maybe like 30 minutes behind after ours. But his terminal was like 3 gates away from ours. So rather than doing that, like, separation earlier of, like, oh, we're, you know, it's time to go. Daddy's going home. We're going home. We were in the car together. We're at the airport together. We went through security together. We get to the gate together. And then it's like, okay, now, you know, bye, Boz. And it was just, Boz cried for maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
And that's probably hard on you.
Oh my God. And I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying not to cry now because it's like, I hate seeing my kid in that position and there's nothing that I can do. Mm-hmm. And then I see this other person. I'm like, damn, I honestly feel like this person has no compassion for their children. There's no way in hell that I could have gone on that flight and not changed my ticket as I see my kid crying at the gate. Like, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Not on their birthday, not any day. So it was just like, it was a really tough pill to swallow in that moment. But yeah, I'm just going to do my best to just keep my babies busy. And Boz got some good news yesterday at school, so he's just been happy about that. So I just want to keep him in, like, this happy place. And, like, yeah, he asked for a skateboard for Christmas. I'm going to get him a bike. Get him a scooter. We about to be outside.
What about, like, toys? Or, like, okay, even though Mez isn't coming here for Christmas. I'm not saying toys. I'm saying, has he said, like, hey, I know I'm not going to be there, but what are we doing for gifts or something? Have you ever brought that conversation to him? Or does he not celebrate Christmas, so he's like,
let's just put it this way. Last year for Christmas, I bought all the kids gifts. I don't remember if he gave me money or not. I don't know if he really bought anything, but it was like
Does he ask?
From what I remember, I bought the kids clothes. I bought the kids gifts, activities. I wrapped everything. That was...
And you were in D.C.
And I was in D.C.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. And I felt like that was... I really went out of my comfort zone to, I feel like, overcompensate for the lack of, like, family and celebration and just holiday feels. When I came home last year... And I was going through all my finances when I was getting my car. When I go back to December, I was literally like, wow, I was in a manic state because the amount of money I bought on Christmas stuff it made no sense to me. Like, it was like, I didn't even know I had that money to spend. You said, oh, shit. I was going through my accounts. I was like, I made how much that month? Yeah, everybody had custom wrapping papers. I also was, like, in a really depressed state because I was not with my family. So
you were trying to overcompensate.
Yeah. This year, I'm, like, back to myself. I'm in my comfort zone. I feel loved. I feel happy. I feel free.
And your boys are going to have
my boys are going to be
Christmas.
fine. And
Auntie Cheyenne has the Santa
Cheyenne
house.
got all the stuff. And they've been doing Elf on a Shelf.
I wanted to bring that up because I just want to shine light on Cheyenne.
It's not me, it's Zach.
No, I was going to say,
Zach,
you got to give Zach his credit right now.
Well, then shining light on Zach because just shining light on all the parents that do this Elf on the Shelf because I don't have that in me, and I love every single one you guys post. Mm-hmm. I'm like, damn. I was on Parker's practice. I was like, look at my friend. My friend does this. My friend does Elf on the Shelf right. And I was like, look. And they're like, oh, shit, that's crazy.
I told Zach I wanted to do it this year. And he was like, okay. And at first, I could tell he wasn't like... He was still confused by it a little bit, and he was like, "Well, what are they supposed to do?" So then I woke up one night and he was on TikTok, Elf on the Shelf, just looking at all these different ideas, and I'm like, "Are you into it now?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like we went on Amazon. We ordered Elfie and LeBron clothes.
We ordered Elfie and LeBron are their names.
I ordered them this thing called a flex kit. So basically, Zach and I stayed up one night and we opened up the elves. Like, we took all the little stitching out, and then we put in rods, like flexible rods in them, and then we had to sew them back up. So that's why they're bendable now.
I didn't know that.
We were up all night, literally sitting there with little ass things, and I was like,
see, that's dedication.
The fact that we're doing this, yes. And
you love your kids.
Girl,
I wish I had a friend to do this with.
I fell asleep.
A male companion. Not you.
There was one night I fell asleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, the elves. Like, we haven't done the elves, because the kids genuinely wake up looking for the elves. And Zach is like, go back to sleep. I already did it. That was the night that he had set up
What
the
did he
elves.
do?
Okay, so he
I've been following.
ordered
So which one?
cotton balls.
Okay.
And so when the kids woke up looking for the elves, I woke up looking for the elves too, because I was excited to see what they did.
Yeah.
So he's like, you have to start in the kids' rooms. So we go in the kids' rooms, and they had cotton balls, which were snowballs, all over them. And like Ryder had like a little bow stuck on the side of her face. Ace had a bow stuck on him. So when they woke up, they were like, what is all this? And then walking down the hallway, there were more cotton balls, and there was a note that said like, we threw snowballs at you last night. We got a snowball fight, and now we're escaping. P.S. We stole your phones and hacked them. So it was like a ribbon that he had put from the top of our staircase, and then it like went into the Christmas tree, and then went into a plant. Then he had them like hanging from peppermints, and they like used the peppermint sticks to go down the staircase. So they're like, the kids are looking at those, and then Ryder's like searching the house trying to find her phone. She finds her phone, and he changed the phone screensaver to a picture of her sleeping, and the elf is like hiding, and there's like snowballs on her. And I'm like, you, how long were you up doing this? And he's like, hours. I was up for hours.
I love this. So
he's into it.
Channeling in his inner child.
Elfie and LeBron made it to Orlando with us.
I saw that with all the
They were in the toilet.
The Fruit Loops. Yes, Zach did that one.
In the toilet. It was so great.
This one this morning was really cute. It was like they partied too hard.
So I had ordered like elf groceries. So
I was gonna ask because I was looking at your thing, and I was like,
they had like mini wine bottles and mini Coke bottles and stuff. So those had a party last night. They partied too hard. They had that little baby pinata.
Yes,
girl, I have so much elf shit at my house right now. Like kits on kits.
Maybe I won't do elf on a
stuff.
shelf, but I have been hearing people say Snoop on a stoop.
I heard about Snoop on a stoop. I heard it's fun.
I don't know what it is, but I would do some Snoop on a stoop with my kids.
The kids like Elf on the Shelf, and they go to school.
Because I feel like it's magic.
Yeah, it's all about magic. You can't touch the elves because they lose their magic.
Okay, I didn't know the touch rule, and at one point, I touched the elves, and I swear Ryder said...
yeah.
And I said, what's wrong, Ryder?
You can't touch them.
And Boz was right there, and he said, you touched the elf. And in my mind, I was like, think quick, bitch. I was like, I'm an adult. I've already lost my magic. Like,
no.
Oh, yeah. I was like, anything I have now, I just got to create this magic. But, like, it doesn't apply to me because I'm not a kid. It's the different rules. And they were looking at me like,
like, girl, bye.
Yeah.
You just touched the elf.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to
like
say that I'm obsessed with watching your stories. And sometimes I feel like I'm so thirsty. I'm like... Shine.
Oh, I get excited.
No, it's fun. It's actually a lot of fun. I feel like last year, I kept hearing Ryder mention Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah.
About other kids doing it and stuff in their class.
Yes.
And I was just like, okay, I'm not mentally, I just can't.
See,
I'm not there right now. We were like still trying to get settled and moved, and it was too much. This year, I feel like I was finally at a place of like, all right, let me go buy these damn elves. And it helps because my ideas compared to Zach's ideas are just lame. Like, I'm like, let's sit him up and get him cake pops and say, like, good morning, we got Starbucks or something. Like, he's like, no, we're not doing that.
Because people go all out.
Yes.
I don't know.
The chocolate in the toilet.
Do you guys know Karen from Pasadena?
Yeah, she goes all out.
She
does
like
whole shows.
Yes.
Oh, really?
He'd be on the beach going on vacations. He'd be having girlfriends.
I like hers. Hers are
they
fun.
are hilarious. Some of
she
these,
does a good job.
And
Ashley
I just look at them. Yeah, she does.
Oh,
Iris does a good job.
Whole photo wall.
I love the commitment you like parents have. Like maybe one day I'll have that commitment.
I think you will.
I want to have it in me. But somebody was saying, like, well, maybe you don't do it for the whole, like, whole time, and you just like, oh, look at who
You
popped
could do, like,
up.
the week
So, like,
before
yeah, the
Christmas.
week before,
Yeah.
and then just have those times so it's not as stressful. So I was like, maybe I could do that. Maybe I can do, and I think. Because I love keeping the
And then
magic
there's
in my
ways
house.
to, like, go around, like, and not having to do it every night. Like, let's say Parker acts up. You could be like, the elves are on strike. Like, I've seen one where they had little strike sign, and they were like, we're not moving until you're good again. And that mom said she left them like that for 2 weeks, and then she was like, all right, I'm moving before
Okay,
Christmas.
I'll take
All
that.
right, you're okay. You're
Like,
good
I
now.
saw one that it was like a mask, and then it was like the elf got COVID, see you in 2 weeks, got a quarantine. Like, I've seen people,
Okay,
like,
so maybe I'll do. I love
get
that.
away from having to, like, put it up every night.
See, it's so cute. I love how creative
so
that is.
funny.
Yeah,
Not
I thought the
elves
COVID
did-
one was funny.
That's cute.
Wait, you didn't say what your plan is with Parker for the holidays.
So my plan for the holidays, I'm super excited. So Parker gets off of school on Friday. He leaves for Atlanta with my mom and my niece on Monday. So that means I have a week to myself, which I'm really excited about, just for me to like decompress, just breathe. And I really don't have that, like, this week will be my last week of like shooting on set.
Nice.
So I just feel like
You get a little break.
you were asking like what a hairstylist does for a break. Like,
Yeah.
I look forward. My mom takes these opportunities to take the kids on little vacations or things like that. So I'm super excited for that. But when he gets back, we are going to see Michael Jackson. We're going to go to the Michael Jackson musical.
I'm like Michael Jackson.
Right, that sounded really weird.
Right.
The musical
Cheyenne
Michael
said-
I'm like,
Jackson.
I thought he was dead.
Try again. It was really Michael
We're
Blackson.
going
Is that his name, the
to
comedian?
the musical, and then on Christmas it's my brother's birthday, so we usually just kind of celebrate and have my mom this year. She wants to like bring in people that don't have like family out here, so she just wants to open our house for people to come over and eat.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much our.
How do you and Robert decide who gets Parker for Christmas?
So this year, usually we do a lot of back and forth. So usually it's either Parker sleeps over his dad's house on Christmas Eve and wakes up with them, opens presents, and then I'll come pick him up in the morning and then spends the rest with our family or vice versa.
No way.
It's just a lot. It's because it's a lot of moving pieces,
Yeah.
but that's how we've been doing it the last few years. In 1 year, I made sure that I made magic at Robert's house just because I did footsteps one time, and so I was like sprinkling glitter all around his house.
I like this
But I
sprinkle
feel like
action.
this year is a little different. Parker has been really adamant about going to his, he's like, I want to go to my dad's. I want to spend Christmas with my dad's. I want to do this with my dad. And I think maybe because his brother's getting older, it's a little bit of a different family dynamic there. And I think new things are always exciting for kids. So it's been kind of tugging at my heart because I'm like, no.
Shannon.
Girl, let that boy go and have a break. Take a moment.
I don't want you to go to your dad's. But,
I wish.
yeah, well, so, I told Parker, I said, hey, we can spend Christmas with us in the morning, and then maybe he'll go to his dad's house for the rest of the time.
What did he say to that?
I think he likes that idea, and
Yeah.
I think Robert was good with that, too, because usually we go see a movie, and it'll give us the opportunity to go see The Color Purple, and Parker doesn't have to sit through that.
I want to see that.
So
Yeah.
I think it works, and I think, I feel like his dad's is a fun house and all that good stuff. So
Yeah. Normally that's how we would do. If Ryder was here, this is the first year that she's not going to be here, but it would be like
the back and
the
forth.
back and forth. Like, I would have her Christmas Eve, and then, last year or the year before that, I think they even came over and we exchanged, gifts for the
Yeah,
kids.
like that, yeah.
And then I had her that night, but he still got to see her. And then she spent the night with me, woke up with me Christmas morning, and then he came and picked her up for the rest of the day. So it was definitely a lot of,
And that's
back and forth.
And that's how we are. And I don't mind it because I feel like I don't mind. I don't know if Parker minds it, but I just know this year he's just like, I want to spend time with my dad's family and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's cool.
It's hard because it's like you want to say yes, especially because they want to do it. And you don't want to be selfish, but at the same time, it's like you want to be selfish because it's still your kid, and these are still, like, you want memories too. Right.
And memories that you've, like, worked towards being able to provide and be like, I'm working so I can get you these gifts and I can decorate or take you here, take you there. Like, I get it.
But then I also, like, I'm one of those people, like, I want to see what you got at your dad's house. So I, like, hopefully I hope and I pray that sometime down the line that we can get to a better place in our co-parenting, a healthier and happier place. I know I've been working on it by just going to therapy and stuff like that, and just learning how to navigate it in a healthier way and making sure that Parker's okay. And I think the ultimate thing, like you said, it's like our kids, it's for our kids.
Yeah. I mean, I had to swallow that pill this year. This is my first year I'm not going to have Ryder on
that's
for
a hard
Christmas.
pill to swallow.
Literally almost like her whole break.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one day I was like, I want to just say fuck you.
Literally.
Fuck
Bye.
this.
Sorry. She's staying with me.
I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I just have to eat this one.
At
It's
the same
so
time,
tough.
when I asked Cheyenne what Ryder is doing, what they're doing, I was like, that sounds like a great trip.
Are they just having a good...
Corey's really good with doing, like, family trips with the girls and, like, being inclusive with his family. So it's like...
And his family's not here, so I get it. And that's kind of like the conversation we had to continue to have is like, your family is here. She sees your family all the time. She's with your family majority of the time. Like, she doesn't have that same experience with his family. She sees them, but, you know... once a year or twice a year or whatever.
Experience them.
Right. So he's like, I want this experience with her in my family, his family or whatever. And I'm like, I hear you. And I really do. I do, because clearly she's going. But at the same time, I'm like, it doesn't make it any easier.
Yeah, I think, just because I think it means you're a good mom.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I just feel like our, like, separation anxiety or, like, whether it's big or small, it's normal.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think
it's
so.
to be as expected, but it's also, like, it is a blessing that Ryder's dad is like, come on, girl.
Yeah,
you know,
it is a blessing.
I know your mama wants you, but come on, girl, we going.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going.
I completely see that's one battle that I'm going to have forever. Like, we're always going to fight over sharing. It just, it is what it is. And it's not a negative fight.
It's a good fight to have.
It's a fight, so.
Oh, we're not doing all that right now.
No,
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Parker. His family has grown, so I haven't mentioned on the podcast, but his dad got married a couple of months ago, and that was a hard pill for me to swallow. Not necessarily because I wanted to marry the man, but just
you didn't want to marry him?
Hell no, hell do that.
Gosh, no, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, hell to the no. But I'm so happy for him. But I think there were so many things prior to his marriage that we never looked eye to eye on. We just had a lot to work on and a lot of apologies that needed to be done and a lot needed to be done. And I think I couldn't wrap my head around Parker having a stepmom. Couldn't wrap a bonus parent, a stepmom, or whatever, or how to explain what's happening. Mm-hmm. But maybe I'm still not not accepting, but I'm still processing everything.
It takes time.
I think I'm still processing. But I think what Parker is excited about, and he told me after the wedding, he was like, Mom, I have so many cousins. I have so many of this. I have so many of that. So I think for him as a kid to know that the person that his dad married has such a huge family. He's so excited about. He loves having he literally thinks, which they are, Ryder and Boz are his cousins, like we're family.
You're about to slap me. Are you saying that we're not cousins anymore?
No, but like it's like all my friends' kids and like all of us, it's like you guys are my family, and it's like Parker's like just loves, I think he loves like the aspect of like this having all these people around him.
It's a whole new world.
So he's just, I think that's what he keeps going at, is like,
and he's excited.
He's excited, and I'm excited for him. And I'm just happy that he, he still has his questions, and I'm like, I don't know, son.
I don't know what that means. You have some real clear sentences, but that right now, where'd it go?
It's a weird dynamic to be in, and like you said, it's not like it's a hard pill to swallow because you want to be with him, but I just think in general, it's a hard pill to swallow because when we have our kids, you imagine, life and what that looks like, and I think all of us grew up in such traditional households that's how we've always pictured our households, and none of us have a traditional household. Yeah. So that's the pill I think you are trying to swallow sometimes.
And I think because our parents I just think that I don't have, like, life doesn't have a guide.
Right.
Life has no type of guide to tell you how to talk to your kids, or how, when shit comes your way, just flying at you, how to, literally, that's how I'm feeling right now.
It's a
like, how
game.
to talk to your kid about it. And I feel like we all do, talk to our kid like there are, like, real. I talk to my kid real, and, I had many conversations, heading up to the wedding, and I kept asking him, like, do you understand what this means? Do you understand what's going on? Just to make sure that he was comfortable and, like, understanding, and, like, and also for me, like, do you know what this means?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for I'm more happy for Parker, because, like, he gets to experience, like, a bonus parent that loves him too. So,
and that's a blessing. I pray that Parker's bonus parent is an advocate for him.
I do too.
I know it's still early and it's a process, and it'll be an ever-going journey, but I just pray that this opens up new energy that benefits Parker.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Does anyone have a WTF or advice they want to share this week?
I have some good news. It's not a
What did you do,
WTF.
girl?
So yesterday when I was picking up Boz from school, his teacher was like, hey, I need to talk to you. And at first I was like, oh, shit. And Boz was looking really like ho-hum. So I thought he was like in major trouble. Like head down, shame, walk of shame. So long story short, hey Zaire, come on. We're talking. We're almost finished. Long story short, they want to move. Right now, Boz is in TK, transitional kindergarten, but starting January when they come back from the break, they want to put him in the kindergarten class.
Awesome.
And then he would be going to first grade next year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So he'd have to do like a semester of kinder.
Just a semester of kinder. And I think it's because he just turned 5. But they're like socially he's more mature, and then academically he's the top of his class right now. So
that's exciting.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting my kid ready for kindergarten over the break. Like, and
then over the summer you gotta get him ready.
Over the summer, I'll be getting him ready for first grade. So I'm like, oh,
that's awesome.
Like he's his reading, he's doing better with his reading, and it's to the point where my mom yesterday she was like, does he have those memorized, or is he like reading that? And I was like, no, like these are certain like words, or like sounds that he's learned, and then they like change up the letters. You know, all those little cat have whatever. So I was like, no, Mom, he's actually sounding these words out. He's reading, like, you know. So yeah, I just have to really spend some more time and energy with my little friend. But I'm looking forward to it. So I guess my advice would be like, just nurture your kids. Nurture your kids and meet them where they are. And yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Shy?
Cool. What you got for us?
I don't know if I have a WTF or advice. I guess my advice would be about co-parenting and with the holidays. I feel like this is when it gets tough on co-parenting situations. And to remember that it is for the kids and about the kids, and it's not always about us. So with that said, sometimes you have to swallow the hard pill in order to make your kid happy. And remember that just because it's not this time, there's always the next time. So when we talk about core memories, maybe this one's not yours, but the next one will be. And I feel like, especially with Parker and our kids, they already have so many core memories. It's okay for them to gain them with their dads.
I like that.
That was nice.
That's beautiful.
No problem.
I want some.
I'm here all week. No, I'm just kidding.
I got some kids if you want
Shannon?
some core memories.
I'm done, Kyle.
You know when you have your WTF, you're like, oh, I'm about to say that on the podcast?
Yeah. Especially when it like just happens.
Yeah.
You got to start writing it down.
I did before.
And then the second you walk out of here, you're like, ah!
Shit. Fuck, I don't know. I don't have anything, you guys.
That's okay.
Literally everything just flew out of my brain.
It's okay. It happens.
Sorry, you guys. I don't have nothing for
All
you.
right.
But I really piggyback off of Shy. I really like that. So
Yeah, I like
thank
what
you
you
for that
said.
advice.
No problem.
Advice.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I hope everyone has a good week. I'm excited for the holidays. I hope everyone is mentally prepared and that you guys go into these next few weeks giving yourself lots and lots of grace.
Yes.
Patience.
All
Don't
the grace.
forget to follow us on Think Loud Crew on Instagram and, on YouTube. And don't forget to follow me at Shy Not Shy.
And don't forget to follow me at RKyleLynn, and to all Cheyenne Snapchat family. I'm on there too.
Oh.
I haven't really been
Give
posting
me
on Instagram.
love.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
go say what's up.
I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff with my kids this season and of the house. So
Woo woo.
come join us. RKyleLynn.
And you can follow me at Hair by Shannon C.
I feel so corny for that, but like.
No, Snap
on,
is where
people.
it's at. I have so much fun on Snap. You guys already know.
You still need to
get
give me a class.
Come over. You can do a little mini Snap school with me.
I'm enjoying Snap. Keeps
All
me
right,
going.
guys, and as always, don't forget to tell your crew about our crew.